Who are you?
All right, y'all. So my name is Joshua Leonard, aka Fiero Boy _86, out of Dallas, Texas. And I just want to say in this interview, I thank everybody for watching this channel as I'm doing this interview. Just to show y'all that I'm very knowledgeable about these cars, very optimistic about Corvairs and Fieros.
And what got you started in the car game?
What actually got me started in the car game was actually my grandfather. I remember when my grandfather used to work on his trucks, used to work on his vans. Also, too, I used to actually read about cars a lot when I was younger. So those right there was really the two things that actually got me into it. Also, too, with like me being a very competitive person, and not just mine, but also just thinking about what I can do different. That right there is what actually brought me into the car game more.
Okay. And how did you find out about Chevy Corvairs?
Okay, how I actually found out about Chevy Corvairs is actually a long story. So, when I was about 8 years old, I used to read a lot about cars, and I mean read a lot. And so, with that right there being said, I knew that one day I was going to end up finding a car that I can really wrap my hands around. Like, really, you know what I'm saying, check out, see what's going on, see what's different, you know, see what type of different models that it had, things like that. And so, I actually came across a Chevrolet Corvair when I was reading. And at the time, you know, of course, on the internet, you can't always trust the internet, y'all. It was more so just about people just being negative towards the car, and people saying things that they really shouldn't be saying about the car, which in my opinion, I think that right there is what kind of brought me closer. But what really got me into Corvairs was when there was a car show in downtown Plano. Now, downtown Plano Park that's right there by the train station, they normally have car shows. And so I mean, one day I went there and I'm looking around and I see nice Chevelles, I see Impalas, I seen like a few Chevy trucks, you know, I seen like a few Ford Mustangs, a few Mustang convertibles, nice, very nice cars. And tucked over in the corner, there was a 64 Chevrolet Corvair convertible. So I'm like, ooh, let me go check that out. So me and the owner is talking literally for about an hour about the Corvair and why he think I should buy one, why he think it's a good idea to own one, why he think it was not just about an investment, but also thinking about you being a car guy in the car game, you know. And so I thought about it and I kept reading and I kept reading and I kept reading. Now, as I got older, I started to look for the Corvairs. And then right there when I actually found my first love out of Sniper, Texas, which was a 1963 Chevrolet Corvair 700 Coupe. That was a 443 off the line out of the Willow Road plant in Michigan, in Detroit. So I was very happy to have that car, y'all. Hey, 59,000 original miles, you can't beat that, you know, so definitely.
Yeah. So what draws your interest in Corvairs?
So what actually draws my interest is that they're different. Like, you don't see them every day. And people really don't even know what a Corvair is of today. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like a car that you can cruise in and not really be competitive on the road. Like, you know, like with me, I'm kind of like that guy that kind of like to be in my own lane type deal. So, you know what I'm saying? And with that right there being said, as you being in your own lane, you got to know that it is going to be some competitors out here. Whether it's competitors in your own club, it could be competitors in your own group, it could be competitors in your own community. But with you being the only guy, well, the second guy, my bad, y'all, the second guy in your side of the town with a Corvair, that right there was nice. And I was very happy to be the second guy with a Corvair in North Dallas. So I tell y'all, it's just amazing to see me driving a Corvair, and also too, Corvairs are simple. It's not hard. It's not hard to adjust a carburetor. It's not hard to get the fan blowing. It's not hard to get anything fixed on this car. If you got 64, of course you got leaf springs. Anything else 63 and above, it's just like straight and narrow. It's nothing different. And so that right there is what really piqued my interest, is that more so the Corvair is simple. It's a simple-minded car. It's nothing hard about it. Everything gets together.
Okay, and so are they pretty safe?
Yes, by far. They are one of the safest classic cars that's out there. I actually daily drove a Corvair for a few days, and I never felt danger. Turning corners, turning into like a parking lot. Car never died on me when I was on the road. Car never died on me when I was driving in the parking lots. Nothing. So I don't really get where they come from when they say Corvairs are dangerous. Corvairs are not dangerous. They're actually one of your safest GM classics that's out there. And also too, with that right there being said, I'm going to throw this tip out at y'all. When you're buying a Corvair, I want y'all to think about this. I want y'all to understand that any classic car that you buy, from anything in the GM world, you're gonna have to fix. Whether you fix it now, you can fix it if you ain't got no motor, no transmission. You can fix it later. It has to be fixed. And so, with that right there being said, to tap into y'all minds, it has to be fixed in your way. Not just in my way or anybody else's way that is doing a Corvair. I want y'all to understand that. All right, y'all.
And why did you choose the Chevy Corvair?
I chose the Chevy Corvair because I knew that going into a car show, that it's different. If I'm talking about going to a car show in Louisiana, if I'm talking about going to a car show in Chicago, or going to a car show in Wisconsin, if I'm talking about going to a car show anywhere outside of Texas, including in Texas. So if I go to a car show in El Paso, Houston, San Antonio, including the Dallas-Fort Worth area, not too many people is going to have a Corvair. And even with me owning a Corvair, I'm not just teaching myself. I want to be able to teach the world. I want to be able to teach the young kids that Corvairs are safe. I want to teach them that Corvairs is a part of the car culture, and not just to be left sitting riding out in a field or anything of that nature, but a Corvair is a car to be driven. And so that's why I kind of really chose it, because also too, it's the car itself. The car itself, you got so many different models, from station wagons to coupes to four doors to trucks, anything that you can think about, panel vans, anything, everything, whatever. The Corvair got it. Just like if we actually go to the other side and talk about the Bugs got everything that you want. Same way with the Corvair,
And what's your dream Corvair and why?
So my dream Corvair is a 1966 Chevrolet Corvair Corsa, 4-speed, 140 horsepower. I remember when I was reading an article about the Corvair 10 years ago. And that right there actually changed my mind about the Corsa, because the Corsa comes in two ways. So you can either have a 180 horsepower turbo, or you can have a 4-carb setup at 140. Now, with that right there being said, either one of those can be tweaked, but a lot of people love tweaking 140 horsepower. So that's why I reached into my bag and started thinking about what the 140 horsepower can do. And this car right here can work wonders, y'all. So definitely.
Okay. How many Corvairs have you owned?
So far, I've only owned one. Now, I wish that I would have owned a lot more, but I've only owned one. And so with that right there being said, I did have two other projects that I, you know what I'm saying, that I did talk about, but you know what I'm saying, they actually never did work out for me. So I am going to say that. I'm going to say that proudly. I love Corvairs, y'all.
And what other GM cars do you like?
So right now, I love the cars that people don't see. I'm gonna name you five. I love the Chevette. I love the Monza, because a lot of folks don't really see Monzas. I love the Vegas. I love the Corvair, of course, and I love the Fieros. And those GM cars you do not see at all. Going to car shows anywhere. So I love those. I love to see them out on the road. I love to see people driving them because it just makes me happy to be a car guy, you know.
Yeah. How did you find out about the Pontiac Fiero?
Okay, how I actually found out about the Fiero is that I actually seen one at a car show. Once again, just like with the Corvair, see it at a car show, would go talk to the people. You know, now, also as I was reading up on the Corvair, I also read up on Fieros. Now, with that right there being said, the reason why I was reading up on Fieros was because that was going to actually end up being my next chapter of cars behind the Corvair if me or my wife do not like the Corvair. So that's why I actually read up on the car to see on what type of models it was, how many years they made it, what type of engines that you can do, what type of modifications that you can do with this car. And I really did like that. With the modifications, it's endless with a Fiero. Endless. Any type of motor, any type of transmission, drop it in there, let's go. Let's hit the highway. So definitely.
Yeah, so why the Pontiac Fiero?
Well, because once again, just like with the Corvair, something different, you know, and also too, I actually do daily drive an 86 Pontiac Fiero GT automatic. Literally just picked it up, was that about 8 months ago? And it's just been working wonders ever since. Like, you know, it's been a wonderful car. You know, I'm glad I got the chance to go in there and go fix it, fix out the problems, take the bugs out of it. Starts right up every time, you know, on the drop of a dime. It never, you know what I'm saying, it never went blank on me, you know, and then also too, to put in y'all minds of GM classic cars of gas savers, the Fiero should be at the top. Because I get 29.5 miles to the gallon with this car. Where I work at, I actually work in Waxahachie. So I can drive from Dallas to Waxahachie and back to Dallas on the same amount of gas.
Oh, wow.
You know, to where I don't have to, you know, stop at a gas station. I can keep going, keep going, keep going. Now I probably would have to put gas in maybe close to the house. But otherwise, I don't really have no problems with the Fieros. I love them. Very easy car to work on. Wonderful.
That's great. Are the Corvairs and the Fieros similar?
Yes. Now, I'm going to explain to you why they're similar. As I was saying earlier in the interview, these are different cars. So with that right there being said, these are two GM different cars. So with that right there being said, GM started out with the Corvair to see on how that right there was going to work, which actually worked out good. Then they moved to the Fiero, which actually worked out just as well. So with that right there being said, they both are the same, just one is a mid-engine and one is a rear engine. And they both are easy to work on, y'all. Easy to work on, find all your parts, not nothing hard.
Okay, how many Fieros have you owned?
I've owned three. I've owned three Fieros. I owned the 85 SE V6 automatic. I've owned the 86, which was a project, 86 SE automatic V6. And now, currently, I own an 86 GT Fastback.
Do you like the 4-cylinder Fieros?
Yes. Earn Dupes, y'all gotta understand, Earn Dupes are very, very dependable. Very dependable. Yeah, I know people, they downgrade them, they call them cheap buckets, and they call them bad engines that blow up on you, you know, but they're very, very reliable engines. Like, they're not hard engines to work on. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, every car, every classic car that you buy, is gonna always have some hard parts to it. Or they're gonna always have some hard to find parts to it. Or they're gonna always have something to where you have to go out and beyond to fix it. So with that right there being said, yeah, I love Duke engines. And I think that they would outlast most of these classic cars with LS and anything else.
Okay. And how safe are Fieros?
Fieros are as safe as can be. If you're talking about turning corners, no problem. Talking about going fast, no problem. Talking about getting on the freeway, no problems.
Wow.
They are just like a Corvair, as safe as can be.
Yeah. How fast can you make a Fiero?
As fast as you want. You know, we got people in the Fiero community. You know, they got LS swaps. We got people in the community. We got one guy that I know, they got a GTO motor in his, you know, from a 2006. You know, we got people with 3800 twin turbos. You know, my buddy up in Detroit, Toys for Life on YouTube. Go check him out. You know, he be racing people on the drag strips with his Fiero. You got Wing Horse Garage. You know, once upon a time he actually had a lowrider Fiero. So there are so many things that you can do with a Fiero, including make it fast. And that right there is something that people in the Fiero community like to do. They like to make it fast. They like to run this car. So definitely.
Any future plans for building a Fiero or Corvair?
Yeah, definitely. My future plans, if it does go through, which in my opinion, just like with me, it always do, I would love to build a front engine Corvair. And the reason why I say that is not to take away from the rear engine, because I love the rear engine so much. It's just so different. It's wonderful, air cooled, you know, no problems. But I would love to modernize a Corvair one day. You know, so when we get ready to take it to a show, you will know that it's a Corvair. Now, probably not be a Corvair with a rear engine, but you would know it would actually end up being a Corvair. And with a Fiero, I would definitely love to have a LSY Fiero. Whether it's an 88, go find a 86 GT in the field, or 85 SE in the field, or 85 GT in the field, or whatever, and just say, let's swap it, you know, and drive it. So if y'all like this interview, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Please let everybody in your family know about this interview, because this right here was probably one of your best interviews that you've seen. It's your boy Fiero Boy 86, and I'm out.